Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about the angriest owner in Kitchen Nightmares history. This lady gets pissed. I am Josh, also known as Opal. Thank you very much for joining me. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, I appreciate it. Let's go. This episode wastes no time cutting the fat. We get right into it. 5 minutes in the episode, Gordon is sitting down, arguing with the owner, trying the food. Part of the reason of that is because the millisecond anybody seemingly walks in, Abby gets incredibly defensive. She will attack and attack and attack. Gordon is in there for 2 seconds, and she's telling him how to do things. She's telling him, I'm not being defensive, I'm just defending what we do here.
You're gonna start, going defensive.
I'm not gonna get defensive, I'm just defending what we do here.
She has this phenomenal skill to deny what the other person is saying, and then say the same thing back to them, but make it sound like her idea. Gordon has a hard time even ordering what he wants, because she wants to make suggestions, and I feel like normally Gordon's ready for that, and he is still in this episode willing to take suggestions, but she wants to tell him, she wants to control his experience. It's not about letting him see the best and the worst of the menu, it's about giving him the dish that she wants him to have. Just from the looks of it, the food does not look appetizing. It is all like wet and soggy and just not pleasant. The kitchen, however, I'm gonna try to cut some slack because it turns out there is not a head chef.
So, who is the head chef here?
We don't really have one, but I guess...
What do you mean you don't have a head chef?
But I guess I'm the closest thing.
Closest, what does that mean? Talk to me, Abby.
That means that I fired my other chef and he took over, and I didn't want to give him a title until he proved to himself that he could handle the kitchen.
And this is very quickly where we learn this is not a restaurant. This is Abby's playground. Anything that is not done exactly the way she wants it is an offense to her. If you say something that even veers slightly out of the box, that is an offense to her.
You're just hitting me with this now.
Do you know what we're up against if we even opened our mouth about the menu once? Every time we opened our mouth, fuck off, fuck you don't know anything. We're all at a point now where we're just...
So first, early in the episode, she tells Gordon, I don't know anything about cooking. You don't want me to make you a meal. That's fine. Totally fair. Trust me, I'm the same way. But she volunteers that she doesn't have any cooking experience. And after it's called out that she made the menu with no experience, she looks at Gordon and is like, I don't know, you fix it.
I don't know what to say. Fix it. You fix it. That's why you're here.
Oh, come on, Abby.
And it's so passive-aggressive and so tantrumy and so much like Abby cannot deal with any negative emotion. Any negative emotion that even remotely comes close to her personal space, she has to expel and put it on somebody else.
Been in denial.
Can you be more specific about the meatloaf? What did you not like about the meatloaf?
Oh, shit.
I've also noticed that she picks one thing like the meatloaf and then defends it, and it's like if she can defend that one piece of meatloaf, all of the other actions will be justified. There's no other problems, it's just this one piece of meatloaf. Same thing with like jumping to conclusions or catastrophizing, whatever the correct word is. As soon as there is a negative hint of any energy, she jumps to the most negative conclusion possible. Oh, so my 25 years of experience just doesn't mean anything.
So what do I do? Like, just get out of the restaurant business? Then obviously my 33 years in the business is, like, worthless and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
Oh, so you're saying everything is shit. Every single step for her is a giant leap. Rico is her business partner. He is introduced in a normal and rational way. He can also summon a smile when talking to Gordon, and appears to come across as a very likable and cool guy. Just like the chef, honestly. I really like the chef. I really like a lot of the staff here. This waiter's really cool.
Thank you.
Essentially, it appears there's one problem. We do find out pretty quickly that Rico's money is tied into this business pretty heavily. He has invested quite a bit, and he is working a day job, kind of leaving Abby to be the person to keep this business up. So in a weird way, his financial income depends on her mood and her stability and her capacity to succeed.
He has had enough of her.
You're a disgrace to this industry. You can get out of my restaurant.
The kitchen is disgusting. It is worse than Reactor 4 of Chernobyl. Also, by the way, earlier when I said there is not a head chef, that was true. But very quickly, when Abby can find somebody to blame, when the responsibility needs to be shifted, then all of a sudden, Jimmy, this cool guy, is the head chef. And suddenly, he takes all the responsibility for why this fridge is so disgusting. Another thing that really angers me is Abby says earlier on, when referencing Jimmy becoming the head chef, that he needs to prove it to himself that he can do it. So just to be clear, this is an arbitrary, abstract value that can never actually be obtained other than when Abby feels like it. And in this moment, the blame needs to be shifted and she feels like it. So I'm assuming he's proved himself, probably because he can take the responsibility for Abby's shortcomings. This is another trait that I've picked up here. The goalpost is always changing. If you clock in at 7 a.m. and are supposed to have 15 tasks done by 1 p.m., by 1 p.m. Abby will come in and change it to 20. And then, when it actually gets done, she'll ask why you didn't have 25. Another way this shows up is in her perception of the restaurant. When Gordon is trying to cut through the fat, he is asking, he is begging, I need to know that you're invested in this restaurant improving. And she responds, help me get it to where I need it to be. So just to be clear, she's not saying, help me turn this into a cash positive business. She's not saying, help me turn this into a successful, profitable. No, once again, it's an arbitrary line of where she needs it to be. Let's say it does become cash flow positive and incredibly successful. Well, guess what? That's still not where Abby needs it to be. It's almost like this restaurant is a fuel for her ego and not a business journey. I am sure the standard of the day changes based on the moon, her mood, and the time of day. These days, at least where she's being tested, she is seething. At this staff meeting, she is squirming like she has been shot with an arrow. She looks like she needs to run away. And that ties me back. She cannot handle any form of criticism. And this is where it's a fair distinction, because I have felt this in my personal life. The things that I am doing can be criticized, and it can also feel like an attack on myself. But I have to sit back and recognize this is not an attack on me, because the fact that the menu needs to be cut down so the chef can accurately and properly prepare the ingredients for the day does not inherently mean Abby is stupid, Abby was thinking wrong, Abby's useless. It does not mean all of these things. And what's really interesting is it seems like in the next few minutes, we actually get some development for her. She seemingly comes to the other side and is willing to talk and learn and communicate.
Just gotta talk more instead of me yelling and screaming. It can't just be my show. It's not the Abby show, it's the Down City show.
Are you ready to embrace change?
Yeah, absolutely.
Major change.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing, I'm not 100% sure, because sometimes, and this is a generalization, I want to be clear, this is not everybody, but sometimes these people struggle to keep change. I'm going to read this directly, so forgive me if I'm not looking at you, but I actually really liked what I wrote. Sometimes people with this mentality are so integrated into themselves that they are capable of hearing others. They may make some attempts to change. They may fake a change, or they might actually change. But sometimes these people are only changing on the nice warm days. The second it gets cold outside, the second that plane experiences a little bit of turbulence, all of that progress is erased. Everything is back at ground zero. They are vicious again, they spit venom with ease, and often they feel justified too, because they have been wronged, because the plane has experienced some turbulence. Ergo, all of my actions are justified, and now I can act however I want without repercussions. And then if you follow that path down a little bit later, there's kind of two ways. One is the person who doesn't feel anything about that, and that's more like the politician, and they're just gonna keep going without a second thought. The other line of that is that person is then going to get alone and feel an extreme amount of shame, and they're going to be overwhelmed and hot in the face, and they can't confront it because, once again, that's a negative emotion, and they can't sit with that a negative emotion. They have to expel it somewhere. So they can't really absorb it. They can just see it and push it away and make sure that everybody else knows in the world, hey, it's not my fault. Okay, I need you to know this is not my fault. And me, you, whoever are like, oh, whoa, oh, okay, sorry, I'm just 13, I'm just playing Minecraft, I don't know, dude. Hopefully that wasn't too, like, deep in the weeds with psychology and all that stuff, but the more I watch this show back again, the more I realize it's not, oh, look at these funny people, look at these restaurants. The more I go, oh, this is the backbone of mental illness in not only the United States, but potentially the world. And a lot of these episodes are heightened up for dramatic effect, but these people are real, and their traits show up in a lot of different ways in the world. And even if you don't have somebody that's like related to you like this, you can still see them out in the world, and it'll give you a little bit better idea on how to keep walking the path and to keep yourself, and to not be brought into that weird bubble. I always really like the quote from Dave from the final track of The Boy Who Played the Harp, titled The Boy Who Played the Harp. Step in your purpose, share your emotions, there's people that need them. Your name is David, there's a covenant, so keep it. And even though my name's Josh, I still really like the idea of living up to the things that I can provide, that I can offer, that I know about, that I'm good at. And that appears to be art and emotions. So, on that note, thank you very much for watching. Remember that you are the best. Any like, any subscription helps me a ton. Oh, this might come from my other video, but I'm kind of poor right now. I don't have enough money for a razor, which I know sounds horrible, but this isn't from laziness. This is I'm penny pinching. So the deal is, if you make fun of me for this, you gotta give me a subscription. Beyond that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good day. Remember that you the best. Thank you. Peace. Bye.